I am back, and now I have my potatoes, and I'm gonna peel the potatoes with the potato peeler, which is actually made for peeling potatoes, not pumpkins. But hey, who says you can't peel pumpkins, right? So I'm peeling the potatoes now to add to my pot of vegetable. I'm trying to avoid making long videos because they're so long to upload to YouTube. And the name of my videos, like I said, is very amateur. Later on it'll get more professional setting and lighting and setup and correct camera. Right now I'm using my phone, one of my other cell phones that is just strictly on Wi-Fi because it's an old phone. It's a Note 4, an older phone, but it's a very good phone for pictures and video. And that's what you're seeing me through right now. I really prefer red potatoes, but at the time when I was at the store, the red potato, they only had a store brand, Food Lion store brand, and they looked like they were painted, literally. Like they were blotchy, and you can mostly see this color underneath with some red that was fading away on top. You see what I mean when I tell you we live in a marketplace? They market you every look-alike, it's a way of making money. I mean, it's a good idea, but it's not good for our health. Why not just feed everybody healthy? Let everybody have a healthy, long life. We don't live in that type of system. We live in a system that says, you know what? We have too many people anyways, so it doesn't matter, to each his own. And meanwhile, we're just going to make money. That's the system we live in. Meanwhile, they're just going to make money with our health at risk. And it's to each his own to research on their own and how to take better care of themselves. Opposed to most cultures outside of the United States, think the other way around. They think, well, it's God-given, who are we to control what the people can eat, right? Well, a long time ago it might have been that way, but I think, I have to guess right now, that maybe by now our country has influenced the rest of the world to picking up on ways to be like here. You know, this is a great country because it's opportunity. It's a land of opportunity. But now you see why it's a land of opportunity. Yeah. Well, it didn't start out with these plans, I think. Well, you know what? Let me go back. It might have just, yeah. I think the intentions were always like this, based on all the historical facts that I know. And if I put the big puzzle together, I have to say that, yeah, it's always been the big goal, the big plan. And we have not, in the system, I keep saying we, but, because I want to say we as an American, but it's not the individual people, it's the system we're under, okay? The system did not start in America. The system started from the East, with the West influence on the East. Or should I say with the West influence or impact on the East. Since before Abraham was born. I'll touch base on that on another video. But basically, you know, my belief from my research is that these wars have been waged back from ancient times on different levels. Maybe not with guns and rifles and stuff like that, but with psychological influences. You know, the divide and conquer. Okay, that strategy has been implemented a long time ago, way before the time of Abraham. And then it was enforced after they discovered that the Israelites had their religion mandated by the Almighty, the Creator, and they were very curious. When I say they, I mean the system. I don't say white because it's not the individual, it's a system created. And it started out with the Romans and Eastern European. You know, the Eastern European at one time were a minority to like countries like Iran and Egypt and so forth. And they used to invade all these countries because they were hungry. They were searching for food. They had a low amount of food in Europe, in the Caucasus Mountains of Europe, you know, because of their condition below freezing zones. So you can imagine they were trying to get to where they can find food. I guess in what the historians would call the Dark Ages. Well, way before the Dark Ages, because actually the term Dark Ages is just a tactic again to say, oh, now you're enlightened with a lot of lies. So I don't want to use the term Dark Ages, but the original times, this is what was happening. And at some point later on, before mankind knew or had religion given to him in a book, before mankind had religion handed to him in a book by the revelations, before all that, Egyptians knew about the existence of a creator. They didn't need a book to tell them that. As you can see, the scriptures on their walls, the artifacts and all that, they were knowledgeable of a creator. They were very knowledgeable. A lot of people from the Black Conscious Movement, for some reason, think that you have to deny the Bible and the Quran and all religion that's on book. I'm still doing my own research on that, but I believe that that's reason that those groups say that, oh, Jesus is not real and all these prophets are not real and Moses is not real. I think they say this because they don't understand how could the Egyptians have known about the Black Madonna before a scripture was handed to us. Well, you know what? God is great. And God can do what he wants. And he can put the knowledge in your spirit. So knowing what I know about the Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, I could believe that they knew all this. They didn't need a book handed to them to teach them. So it's almost like knowing this knowledge that has not come to pass yet, but will one day come to pass. That's the way I look at it. So when you see the scriptures on the inscriptions on the Egyptian or ancient walls, it doesn't mean that they were worshiping other gods. The idea of other gods came from Greece and Rome. And proof of that is in their sculptures. But we won't go there right now. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and rinse these out, and then I'll pick up where I left off.